the news tonight. White smoke emerges as cardinals elect a new pope. President Tinubu promised to tackle ecological challenges confronting Anambra State. And NANS awards NTA for innovative storytelling. A very good evening and thank you very much for joining us on NTA Channel 5 News at 7. I am Mariam Abubakar Kana. Pope Robert Provost Leo emerges as the head of Catholic Church. Tens of thousands of Catholic worshippers gathered in the late afternoon sunshine in St. Peter's Square at the Vatican City as they erupted in cheers as the smoke was seen pouring from the chimney. Robert Prevost Leo XIV has emerged the head of Catholic Church after the conclave. The American cardinal, after the acceptance and election materials were burnt, came out to perform his first duty of blessing the church and the anticipating crowd. The American Pope Leo XIV is succeeding the former Pope Francis, who died earlier. President Bola Tinubu has promised that the federal government will lend its support to Anambra State to tackle massive ecological challenges confronting the state. Speaking during his walking visit to the state, the president assured the government and the people that abandoned projects would be revived, while the road linking Kogi to Anambra will be revisited. He added that other projects and programs for the state on the federal government's agenda will be realized. President Tinubu restated the bonds of friendship and ties with the people of Anambra and Southeast as a whole, emphasizing that the advocacies for unity of all citizens must be encouraged by all. The president, who is in the state to inaugurate various projects, was conferred a chieftaincy title. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has communicated the Senate seeking confirmation of appointees for the Southwest, North Central, and South-South Development Commissions. Listed as appointees are 19 persons for the North Central Development Commission. The Southwest Development Commission has 18 appointees, while the South-South Development Commission has appointed 18 persons. The nominees will be screened by respective committees before confirmation. The FCT APC Reconciliation Committee says efforts are at an advanced stage to take over the mantle of leadership in Buari Area Council in the forthcoming elections. Rosemary Molteleng Bilal reports that this was the outcome of the committee's high-level engagement with party stakeholders in Buari Area Council during the reconciliation meeting to reunite members.
It's been one mission, different concerns to be addressed by all progressive Congress across the area councils. The committee, with the strong support of Minister of Special Duties and Internal Affairs, Zapania Bitrus Gisalu, and the FCT Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, have seen the committee members engage with aggrieved members after taking note of their concerns, assured them of fairness in resolving all issues raised. As the committee promised the people of Buari that the party's internal issues would definitely be resolved, while the visit remains a strategy and avenue to address grievances mechanism, as well as bring unity among members and fairness without discrimination.
The APC in FCT is now poised to ensure that there is transparent, credible primaries in all the 6 area councils. Once that is done, and you know that you actually lost, there's no way you can go on anti-party.
Speaking further on behalf of the APC-led council chairman, the chairman of Abuja Area Council, Abubakar Umar Abdullahi, stated that the strength of the APC lies on its number of members, which should be maintained.
Out of all the submission, they keep emphasizing on free, fair, and credible primaries. And we are assuring them, by the special grace of God, the national leadership of our party will give that open playing ground for the aspirant to get a free, credible, and fearless primaries.
Party members say the APC in Buhari is ready to reboot itself and move on to reclaim power in the coming elections.
It is a good initiative because it will give each and every aspirant a focus so that you know that if today you did not get it, that does not mean tomorrow you will not get it.
I pray that whatever they have come here to discuss today should touch the hearts and mind of people to rethink on the position of our party so that our party can win the forthcoming election.
This is the only way we can bind every member of the party together to ensure our victory in the forthcoming election.
The founding fathers of the party, they know what it takes to win elections, and for APC to win the whole 6 area councils in Abuja, I think that's why they're here in Buhari.
To ensure the party's victory, the committee stressed that all hands must be on deck. Rosemary Moltelen Bilal, NTA News.
Renewed efforts are underway to curb the rise in vandalism and sabotage of critical national assets by criminal gangs and miscreants. This new direction is the outcome of the interface between the FCT command, led by CP Adewale Sakajao, during a visit to the NSCDC FCT command headquarters in Wuse Zone 5 Abuja. Correspondent Kama Kama has the details.
The visit is aimed to boost synergy among sister agencies for efficient operations. CP Ajao praised the NSCDC Commandant Olushola Odumosu's commitment to protection of national assets and the fight against criminality in the FCT. The CP emphasized that the era of power tussle between security agencies is over and the police are open to collaboration in curbing crime.
Globally, you see security agencies interacting. So Nigeria situation cannot be different. And we believe that is the only way we can win the war against crime and criminality. The expectation of the citizens from this is that there will be enhanced security and safety everywhere with this robust synergy between and among agencies.
Commandant Odumosu appreciated the visit and promised to work hand in hand with the FCT Police Command to tackle insecurity.
We have seen that when we come together, multi-stakeholders engagement, it produces better results. FCT today, there is relative peace, there is relative calm, criminality and crime has reduced to the barest minimum. It is a function of the synergy and collaboration that exists between and amongst the various security agencies in the FCT.
The gesture by the security agencies underscores the commitment to synergy and to ensure security in the Federal Capital Territory, with the expectations for public support, especially in areas of information sharing. Kama Kama, NTA.
Yes, sir.
Sapeyi Garki Usman Ngakopi has echoed a strong message of peace and cooperation between indigenous people and Fulani herders across Garki chiefdom. This follows the recurrent challenge of farmer-herder crisis in recent time, leading to loss of life and investment. Onoze Yakubu reports.
It was a gathering of tradition, wisdom and urgent dialogue here at the Sapeyi Garki's palace. The Sapeyi, in a preemptive move, summoned his district heads, Fulani community leaders and police divisional heads to address the rising tension between farmers and herders in the outskirts and contiguous states of the territory. The royal father's message was emphatic on the significant place of Garki chiefdom as host to the political administration of Nigeria, and therefore owes it a responsibility to serve as model for peace and harmonious habitation. He also warned against the current culture of rearing livestock on the streets of the capital city, stating that the authorities have taken a stand on disciplinary actions against offenders.
We are drawing the attention of ourselves that Nigeria belongs to all of us. What is important let us try to forgive ourselves and then be tolerant to each other so that we'll be able to have peace and build this great nation.
The SAPE emphasized the importance of dialogue and the dangers incurred as a result of unchecked violence and charged community leaders to act swiftly in preventing conflict, emphasizing that both farmers and herders are vital to the nation's socio-economic survival.
This is our country. We need peace. And peace we can only secure ourselves when we agree with ourselves that we are brothers keepers. And I also draw the attention of the farmers, which are other district heads and village heads, to go and also talk to our farmers that no one and nobody will be allowed to molest any herdman, either by beating him or beating them.
The meeting ended with a renewed pledge by all parties to promote peaceful coexistence, set up local mediation and monitoring teams, and collaborate with security agencies to address disputes early before they escalate.
With this call for unity and cohesion, the SAPE Garki has once again demonstrated a firm stand to protect the harmony of its domain, strengthening farmers and herders' cohabitation. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Investing in young people is not only important but crucial for national development. This commitment has earned the Nigerian Television Authority an award of excellence for amplifying the voices of Nigerian students through its storytelling techniques and programs. The award was presented to NTA at a leadership and gender-based summit organized by National Association of Nigerian Students in Abuja. Ramatu Abdullahi reports.
The National Association of Nigerian Students has over the years been known for its activism and efforts to make its voice heard on government policies that affect them. This time, however, they aim to prepare themselves to be more actively involved in the government process. The Leadership and Gender-Based Summit is designed to set students on a path towards bringing about societal change.
We must take cognizance of gender parity in whatever we do as young people.
It is not because we are not doing enough to correct things, but rather because we are not getting it right from the grassroots.
They have to be focused. I think there are so many things distracting the Nigerian youth.
The students believe that with the right support and a conducive environment, they can change the narrative for the better.
The future lies in our hands, and we can't achieve that without quality education. So we should put in our best so that tomorrow we can take up the future.
Even for you to be a student, that is preparation on its own. For you to chart a course to look for knowledge, that means you're preparing yourself for something better tomorrow, which leadership is one of it.
Awards of excellence were presented to distinguished personalities and organizations, including the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, with yours sincerely receiving the award on behalf of the station.
NTA have merited this award in all ramifications because the current DG, Alhaji Dembos, is doing so much transforming the station. In fact, we have so many digital skills training that are ongoing, and NTA is not just the channel we used to know upon its emergence.
The theme of the summit was empowering young minds and breaking gender barriers for sustainable development. Ramatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
The commendable efforts of humanitarian services and impact of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement are widely being acknowledged globally. Odirioboru Arutere in this report examines the activities and impact of this highly reputable international health service aid providers in Nigeria, especially here in the Federal Capital Territory. The report.
In
recognition of the vital role of volunteers and staff in providing life-saving assistance during conflicts, natural disasters, and health emergencies. The Red Cross or Red Crescent movement is celebrated by the government and institutions. Voluntary personnel and staff are rolled to provide life-saving assistance during health emergencies and for natural or man-made disasters.
To saving humanity, actually we are saving those that could not afford such a thing.
For the year 2025, the theme is Keeping Humanity Alive. It highlights the importance of protecting humanitarian workers and promoting humanitarian action.
Driver cannot just involve in selfie, taking pictures. They have to involve in action. Do one or two things. Stabilize the casualty and move the casualty to the nearby facilities.
In the FCT, volunteer service has impacted positively on society. However, residents believe there must be a sustained and strengthening alliance with more citizen participation.
My message to all my drivers as interstate and the town service, the Red Cross that they are now bringing to the union to have training in all our motor parks.
The Red Cross or Red Crescent movement is now being introduced at the lower levels of primary and post-primary institutions as a way to grow knowledge and promote their service for the greater good of humanity. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Let's now join the sports desk for Sports Brief.
Nigeria's under-20 team, the Flying Eagles, have qualified for the quarter-final stage of the Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt. Nigeria finished second with 5 points behind Morocco in Group B after a 2-2 draw against Kenya's Rising Stars to complete their group stage campaign at the June 30 stadium in Cairo. Nigeria, 7-time champions, will on Monday play her quarter-final match against the second-place team in Group C, which has defending champions Senegal, Ghana, Central African Republic, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Meanwhile, with just 2 matches remaining in the Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL), Match day 36 on Wednesday saw teams struggling to escape relegation, while some are putting efforts to secure continental slot. Rivers United got a 1-0 win over Enugu Rangers. Heartland got an important 3 points with a 2-0 victory over Plateau United to be a little above relegation zone. Nasarawa United, who got better with additional points, compounded their neighbours' relegation woes, Lobby Stars, with a 2-1 away victory.
But again,
Elsewhere, French football giants Paris Saint-Germain PSG will now face Inter Milan of Italy in the UEFA Champions League final on May 31 in Munich. The League One champions qualified 3-1 on aggregate after defeating Arsenal in a 2-leg semi-final. PSG at home on Wednesday ended Mikel Arteta's Arsenal's dream for a Champions League trophy with a 2-1 victory. With Sports Brief, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
Thank you very much for watching the English version of the news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Do stay tuned for the translations. Good evening.
Yeah.
ama gba je shaje wo wona ya ji bada ya zakwe akusha gbada yi iwa na ba shi ba bada yi wo mu president wa yuba woni waje a na ba ye wagayi yiki to ko da ya bola Tinubu wala bagbatu ga nge gwamnati ba su wado kwa ma inje Anambra kinji ba shi abo shigbe inje shimana da sha a butoku nko balo na tukosna yi gbogbo na a shige ajeyi wagodo nge azokoluko tutu onya nko lakala nko giki ko ilo ko kafilo nje Anambra kin gwamnati ba je godo ntutu ya ishin ko yin wagodo ge atutu aje na ba ku ba zamu ya ji aba je godo mba shi ntuge kin Anambra ya kwabo afegi kin tuko da sheba walo Anambra kin wala atutu guya ba gwamna ku ji wani la azayi nge ye gbabodo ya gizaza ya ntu kin afegi bo bamana ji ga abia kasa ji banu nnata afọ awi onkwai 99 ko ntuge abia kasa no be ake da hello na abigi badanu badanu kwa ji abi anyaba mutuba labe ije NTA enyaga gai ko iwu ko bugba bubu ishe NTA ma abi ji lo anabaye gwagna tutun mutuji aiwu ba tutun ji gba na ba jeyi nje Ramatu Abdullahi wa dai ngedna nyeji ye abi ayaba mutuba gbodo kun anyanu abega NTA nyagaga ye aiwu ba agmada she nje ya tete je baye ko ma abi jilo fi ina ayaba mutuba ba petete je kwanyi Akizida siyasa gbadogun aza abuye ye gbabodo aiza aja abuye babe ni Buhari gwamnati bibi ba shin aboji ba ye oba APC daza gbabodo ba gin zaza ba yi kuliya ga APC Buhari gwamnati bibi shekwaje ya na shekwaje aje Rosemary Mutalim Belal wada ege aza na gbanye ku sase na APC da zai Buhari bayin ku abuyeze aje bayin ku gbolodo bagi zasan Buhari gwamnati bibi bada ki zida pata biya dudu bagi inje kuliya ko bale ina bi e magbaje ana bagi ku zai be ja da wasu shafagi fiye yi sai
Igbo bụ Igbo ekele m unu nọ na akụkọ ụwa na nkenke ọkakụkọ bụ Maazị Ogwi Francis Ide. Onyeisi ala Bola Tinubu ekwela nkwa na gọọmenti etiti ga-adọnyere steeti Anambra ukwu ibelata mkpamkpa mbuze nakwa ide mmiri na-akpa na steeti ahụ. Mgbe ọ na-ekwu okwu n'oge njem o mere na steeti ahụ, ọ sị na ọrụ ngo mmepe niile agbaghapụrụ na steeti ahụ ka gọọmenti etiti ga-enye aka ịrụtọpụ ma rụọkwa ụzọ ahụ sitere na Anambra gawa steeti Kogi. Onyeisi ala mere njem nleta na steeti Anambra ịgbapegasị ọrụ mmepe dịgasị iche iche nke gọọmenti Anambra rụpụtagasịrị ma ejikwa ohere ahụ were chee ya echichiri na oge o mere ya bụ njem nleta. Ịkwanye akụ na ụba nakwa ịkwalite ndị ntorobịa abụghị naanị na ọ dị mkpa kama ọ bụ ọkpụrụkpụ ihe ga-akwalite uto akụnụba Naịjirịa. Agbammbọ a mere ejiri tụnye ụlọ ọrụ NTA ugbu a. Ramatu Abdullahi kwuru na ọ bụ otu jikọtara ụmụ akwụkwọ nke ala anyị nwa bekee kpọrọ NANS n'ahịa ịchafụ tụnyere NTA ya bụ ugo na Abuja maka etu ụlọ ọrụ a si na-agbasa ozi gbasatara ọtụtụ ihe ndị ntorobịa na-eme ijiri were kwalite ọdịmma Naịjirịa. Kọmitii ime udo nke otu ndọrọndọrọ ọchịchị APC mere ka amata na mbọ ha na-agba ikpokọta ndị otu ha ọnụ n'ogo dị elu ugbu a, nke ebumnobi ha bụ ịnaghara ọchịchị nke gọọmenti okpuru ọchịchị Buhari n'oge nhọpụta nakwa ntụliaka na-abịa abịa. Rosemary Mortalang Bilal wetara ya bụ akụkọ na nke a bụ mkpebi ndị kọmitii a n'oge nzukọ ime udo nakwa ijikọta ndị otu ha ọnụ bụ nke mere na Buhari. Igbo bụ Igbo, taa ka anyị si were chịkọta ya ma kọpụtara ya unu. Kwadikwanụ echi mgbe a ga-akọrọ n'akụkọ na nke ọzọ.